Welcome everybody, new week. My name is Sladgy. Alright, we are taking rapid challenges Monday morning. Taking rapid challenges, casual, 7+5 minimum. That's why it says that at the bottom of the screen. What's up, Simul Hangover? Monday morning. I'm particularly weak and vulnerable. It's my most vulnerable point here. Monday morning, after Simul. Alright, boys and girls, let's check out a puzzle. We get warmed up with puzzles. I hate puzzles. Alright. Oh, I hate puzzles, but I love king and pawn and game puzzles. White to move and win. Let's see if I can figure it out. Blindfolded. If black has protected past pawn, we lose. Oh my god, what is this? C4. C4 takes. Can we zugzwang him? C3. That's interesting. It's kind of an unusual puzzle. We can like zugzwang him. Take the opposition. Force him down to like A3 or B2, make him take the pawn, take his pawn, and we win the race back over to the other side. I mean, if he gets protected past pawn, we have no way to win unless there's some trick with A3. That could work too. But I don't think so. It has to be take. No, he has the opposition. He doesn't have the opposition. Take, king E4. This is a weird position. Take, king E4. King C3. Now, we don't even need the opposition. It's like king D5. King D3, king C5, king C3, king B5. Yeah, we're winning. I think we just take. Always take. I solved it blindfold. Well, if king E3 we don't make progress, so it has to be this. Yeah, that's a good puzzle. Thank you. Sumer! 7+5. Blindfold game. No. Alright. I had, yeah, I'm just getting ready for Halloween. Blindfold king and pawn in game. Solving. But I don't understand, okay, against you yesterday. What'd you do? Is that how you lost? You took my bishop? The game disappeared and I didn't know what happened. I thought you resigned because you were slightly worse or something. I don't know. So you took my bishop on E5? I was wondering where that game went. It was lucky I had that move. I mean, if I didn't have that move, I was slowly becoming worse. That's pretty funny. Is that what you did? You did rook takes E5 and just resigned? I didn't even know. I mean, I just the game was gone. That's either my opponent resigned or I got mated. Those are the two possibilities when the game just disappears. Usually it's my opponent resigned. Once in a blue moon, there have been those cases where I got mated and won. You played knight E4? Hanging your knight? Well, I mean, if I take with the queen, I'm pinned, right? But what do I just have, queen D5 check or something? So basically, it's just a really dumb move. Why did I play this again? Why did I play e6? Right, I can take it anyway. Right. I don't want to play. I don't want to play the Nimzo after wasting a minute on e6 move order. You can always play knight c3, and it's still a Nimzo. Interesting theory, but no. Bogo Indian like referred to in some places as the Curie's defense. This e6 bishop before check. He was the best player I know played this. Maybe Alyakin played it. I'm not sure. Alyakin. Feel the sort of I don't know, intuitive moves like my opponent. Bogus Indian. We're playing the bogus Indian. Too many pawn moves. Okay. I think we can play like knight f6, knight c3, castles, e4, e5. Pawn takes pawn. Pawn takes pawn. Queen takes queen, rook takes queen. Knight takes e5. Then what? Rook e8, f4. To keep calculating. Knight g4. And we're getting pretty far afield there. Anyway, knight f6 transposes to a bogo. Any other way to play this? Well, there are. Theoretically, I didn't think about it, but I could play f5 there. It looks kind of dubious. He may not play e4. He might just play e3, which is like safer. Always take. Alright. Very solid position for both sides. We wasted a lot of time thinking about random stuff, but black is basically equal for the most part. Bogus. Astrobate's not here or oversleeping. Does that sometimes. Blobix is out there somewhere playing chess against Griskasuk. My French friends are online. Alright. What's up? C5? Because we need more pawn moves. Just knight on BD7 is solid. What's the matter? You don't like bishop takes F3? You think I'm gonna do that? Are you crazy, man? Oh, you want to castle queenside. Bijak has a... He has a queenside castles fetish with the white pieces. Wow, he got that win against me. It had been a while. You actually have like a 15% score, but you had been doing so bad against me. I don't know why. Alright. Oh my god. Martesaniano and you challenged me to 4 plus 10. That's crazy. 4 plus 10 rated? That's the weirdest time control ever. Okay, no rated. No weird time controls. 7 plus 5. Or longer, but really it's best to stay with the 7 plus 5. Yeah, I'm not going to take this. I mean, you could, but that's really not a problem for white, I don't think. You know, the other interesting move, as I said, is like C5, but it's weakening my pawn structure a bit. Yeah. You can press the arrow keys on your keyboard to move forward or backward. This is a surprising decision. You know, strategically, like, it's a mistake. Strategically like a mistake to put your pawns on the white squares. Here we go. See what happens next. Clickbait. Oh no, he's challenged me to 7 plus 5. Now he's gonna be pissed. Me and you. Me and you don't have enough games. I'm gonna give him some more requirements. Alright, we'll see. If I don't play A4, then B4 is a serious issue there. I'd like to take your pawn. I guess theoretically I could play C6 at some point. It's gonna cause Nimzovich to roll over in his grave if I do that, but you know, sometimes it is an option. It's not good to be dogmatic. Knight H4. Knight H4. Dogma. Dogma kills. You know, the word dogmatic is like discriminating against dogs. I mean, it could it be? How did that word come about? Is it like Latin? Dog. I don't know too many words that have dog in it. Dogistan. He found the knight maneuver with 91. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That is a good move. That good move. Yeah, I mean, the real debate is to do this C6 or not. I mean, the other way to play is to bring my bishop back to c8, but white's sort of consolidated. This is debatable. Debatable, dude. How will he play this? Make my bishop great again? Or not? Can't play knight d3, you have to guard your pawn chain. Pawn chain. Oh, he's getting low on time. Monday morning time pressure. What? I expected him to take the other way. This is the normal way to capture, right? Wow. Self-pin. Either way, he's pinned. Wow, bro. My other brother Daryl. This is my brother Daryl. This is my other brother Daryl. But it looks like knight c5, knight c5, bishop f1, and what are you gonna do about it, man? Oof. Oof. That's right. Give me that. No, actually, I think I play better on Monday mornings than most mornings because I still have like there's still like this lingering simul awareness. My brain is still, benefiting from playing all those simul games last night. Benefactor. He just resigned. Yeah. You're just down the exchange. Man, what happened there? Why did you play e4? Wow, it's totally normal position. There's a Gaian game from 2012. Atsel Gergo, Marian, Chandra, Lalich, Bogdan, Michael Brown, Mark Taimanov, 1995. I played b6 Novelty. See, the thing I don't like about Queen e7 is that you oftentimes get hit by knight d5 later when you play for e5. It's funny that, okay, knight on bd7 is fine. You know. Shuba, Yusupov, really weak players. But I would assume that people would play b6 next. Yeah. Or e5. Alright, next game. Shaki. You went off the cliff when you played bishop d3. Yeah, because you like pinned yourself. You could have played knight d3, ironically. And you're still okay. Johnson and Johnson. Skaki. We'll try something. He's thinking? That's bad. It's bad when you play the modern against an e4 player and they start thinking. Seriously? Alright, whatever. We'll play the Sicilian. Bodler attack. What do you know about the Bodler? You're no Bodler expert. +1 for white. Yeah, maybe if you're Stockfish. You know, most people... It also claims the King's Indian is like +1 for white, you know. I mean, most people... I wouldn't take that too literally, Bijak. But, anytime, like, white has a big center in a close queen-pawn game, it's... Like, Stockfish really, like, doubles the evaluation. Anytime it has a space advantage, it goes crazy. There's nothing wrong with knight c6, except the fact that it's not good. No, okay, knight c6, c3, knight f6, e5, knight g4. Yeah, it's a problem. Knight c6 is a problem. But I don't like e6 either. So I have to play d6. Acerbate's here, your favorite. Acerbate, you're an expert in this. He's literally an expert. The Bodler, anti-Bodler. Acerbate and I are gonna do like a chessable course, beating the Bodler. Bodler beatdown, it's called. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. See, Shaki's showing signs that he's not a Bodler expert. This is a tough one. I have d5 though. Does it lose a pawn? Yeah, I don't care. It's too early. Is it too early? Is it possible this is too early? Early in the morning on a Monday morning. Cowards generally are afraid to do stuff like knight takes e4, but it's usually the refutation of the sort of setup where white messes up the move order. Why would white play? Actually, it didn't matter. Knight c3 is the same thing. It might even be better than knight c3 actually for white. Yeah, knight c3 is definitely knight takes e4. I don't know. Does rook e4 benefit white in some way? He's on the e7 pawn, so he wins a pawn. Please don't take my pawn! Rook e4, d5, bishop d5, queen d5, rook e7 is what I'm talking about. People are so materialistic. I mean, if you like that, you might as well go into like the supermarket and start shoplifting like small items. Basically the same thing. Can't put that much emphasis on material. It's too much. More to life than materialistic. Okay, he didn't go for the pawn. I respect that. Although he can still try in a different way. This may be an important move for black. By the same token, in a way, like queen d8 is kind of materialistic, hanging on to that pawn, said pawn. Maybe I should play queen a5. Queen h5, rook h4 is kind of weird. Queen d8 is passive. So I think this is our best shot. Oh, this is good. This is good. I mean, black has a good game. Black's fine. We're active, and that's more important than being up or down a pawn. Materialism is the lifeblood of science. What, like researchers getting paid like money? Research grants and stuff. Money is the lifeblood of science. Oh yeah, we've got to do this. I'm just kidding. We got to do this. Shaki. The pawn grabber. The what? Bishop g5. Where? Like right away? Here? Oh, me. Maybe he should play bishop g5. Yeah, of course, I'm active. Do I want to cash out? Would you like to cash out, sir? I'll be cashing out. Cash in and cash out. Bishop takes d4 or rook takes. That's the real question. It's just equal. Maybe black has like a 0.1 advantage. I'm just kidding around. Alright. Asterby, what's up, bro? Get out of here. G Souts. No, you played a rook before. And he traded queens. That was the end of my variation. Queen d5, exclamation point. I had this funny hallucination. If rook b4, queen d5, bishop takes c3, losing a queen. The end of my variation was rook b4, queen d5, knight d5, rook takes b2, knight e7 check, king h8. There's rook d2, but it doesn't seem right to me to waste the tempo. Yeah, that's a long time control. That guy has challenged me to 15 plus 10. But it's a little too long. If you could re-challenge me to 7 plus 5, you know, I would do 10 plus 5. That's kind of our max. 10 plus 5 is okay, but not 15 plus 10. That's like a training game. If anybody's interested, I'm looking for someone who wants to seriously take lessons. I don't have a lot of openings normally for new students, but if someone's interested, I have a Tuesday time slot. He's challenged me to 10 plus 5. Alright, that's better. Thank you. I'd love to play 15 plus 10, but we only have like 2 hours, 2.5 hours max. So he decided not to trade queens. Because there's no guarantee I would trade queens there. I have other moves, like queen b5, queen b6 or something. Actually looks okay. I literally didn't have to trade queens. Now the question is, like, do I have anything? Knight d5, rook f2. King f2, bishop takes a1. Rook takes a1. There's no combinations or anything. Queen d2 check, whatever that does. Queen d2 check. King f3. Queen d2 right away. Unfortunately, he has a minute more than me in this position. Better not. You better not be threatening me. Queen c5 you like more? Yeah, I started to feel time pressured. No longer objectively able to concentrate enough to surely find the best move. We are winning a pawn here. I don't like getting mated. So I really don't know what to do. I guess a5 is the next logical step, but he does He does have some moves here. Oof. Rook a7. Yes, but you need a combination. Queen c4 seemed good as well. Yeah, where was my queen? It was on... Where was my queen again? I get it. This pawn is awfully close. Bodler attack. Aparititos. Morning. Oh, you meant queen c5. Okay, yeah. I was like, wasn't sure where my queen was. It's hard to go to d2 and c4. Oh my god. What is that move? Knight f7 check. Aperitivos. Okay, so I guess what? King g8. What else? Please wait. I have bishop f6. Bishop f6, knight f7, bishop e7. Rook f7, rook d8. Yeah. That pawn is not good for him. Not good. Something simple. The lunar lander. Alright, so I just want to check the opening for a sec. This subtle stuff. The Bodler. The theory of the Bodler. I have the gut instinct that d6 is black's best move here. It's taken a long and careful study of the Bodler to figure this out. Yeah, it's very subtle. If we check like Asturbate's games, this will be funny. Asturbate, how many games do you have here? Let's see, Asturbate, Our Friendly Neighborhood, 1500. Hello? Asturbate is black. Alright, he's got like 100 games. 91 games. See, Asturbate routinely plays knight c6. And that's what most people would play. It's like the normal accelerated dragon move. There's also e6. But it seems subtle. I don't think knight f6 works. Actually, that's my game with Farago Shandor. If you play knight f6, you get hit by e5. And then we've seen this before, like chop, chop, check. And like, where do you put your king? It's very dangerous for black. King e8, queen takes g4. Maher versus Asturbate. No, I mean, d6 is the move. Okay, let's seriously look at my games. Sparklehorse, black. I literally had never played this move order before. Wow. That's interesting. But I think it is the best move. I I've probably faced this position with c3 rather than castles in, which is more common for different reasons. Never had this move order. So Shaki and I had another game back in August or July, and I played Magnus Carlsen, Virat Carlsen. Rook e1. Everybody played Rook e1. Theoretically, I think you might be able to play d4. No, I'm not sure, but it's a gambit. So I played this twice before. Wow, I even played the exact same position against Shaki before. That's funny. Yes, the computer doesn't like my move. But this is important because all 3 games I did knight takes e4. What if you switch up the position? You can't really get that position with the knight on c3. Okay. Oh, wow, this is interesting. So check this out. CD is a mistake, and I should do knight takes e4 right away. I thought about it, but I didn't think it benefited me. I thought like this pawn falls at the end or something. Let's say like rook e1, d takes c4, d takes c5. Interesting. Alright, so we need to think about that in the future. That exchange on d4 is not automatic. (15 plus 10). Sorry, 10 plus 5. Oh my god, do I have lag again? Oof. Is my stream still functioning? Okay, Stockfish doesn't help when I'm running the engine. That will slow down the computer pretty hard, but I got ping 270 still. Just 198. We're slowly going down. Thank you. Must be a member of Panda and Horses Club to play in our tournament. Oh, tournament tomorrow. Tournament tomorrow. Remember. Tomorrow. Every Tuesday night we host a tournament. Wow, we never see this. Interesting. No one ever plays Queen D6 against me. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's the modern version. What happens if bishop f4? Who the heck no? Remember my friend Emil played this against International Master Tom Pajanos in a game like 5 years ago. He got a really, really good position and like lost. He was killing the guy. I don't know anything about this variation really, other than the game that I saw Emil play and looking briefly at games at some point. Well, I mean, we're not really interested in trading pieces. Very, very similar to 85 Slav, which unfortunately I don't play with white. I would have a better feel for this variation if I did play that, probably. But white has to be a little better. Now the big question. I have no idea what I'm supposed to play. Pawn takes. Pawn cakes. Yeah, that's the kind of advantage that, yeah, Stockfish should be like, white's better by a pawn in the previous, in this line. I don't know about queen f3. Pawn cakes. Prawn cakes. Prawns. Oh no. Not what I expected. Expecting to go for the bishop there. Pawn takes reinforces my center. Reinforcing the center. Queen d5 is standard move. If you like to change queen. Sorry. Jesus is gonna be like, what is that banging sound? Queen takes, knight takes, bishop d2, f6, knight d3. It's still better, but I don't feel like I should help him, like exchanging on d5. I mean, there's also queen takes, pawn takes, bishop b5 check. He might be able to get away with that. It looks horrible, but knight d7. I don't have a forced win or anything, by the way. Maybe a different plan is in order there, like c4 or something. I have bishop c4. Oh my god. My bishop probably gets trapped on f7. It's like bishop c4, queen f3, bishop f7 check, king d8. Knight takes f3. And then e6. And he's threatening king e7, trapping my bishop on f7. No way to get it out. I'm not really interested in that. But it's important to make sure you analyze, every possibility. That idea of the bishop getting trapped on f7 is happening sometimes in other openings. I don't know. He insta-took. If I'm better here, it's only a little better, but it's kind of a lasting small edge. Not much. I'm not going to take with the king there. Let him double my pawns. Okay. So I analyzed f6. But not everybody maybe likes that move. If you're a fan of Ben Feingold, you're like not allowed to play f6. That's my problem with dogma. Alright. He did it. Now this covers my c2 pawn from bishop f5, and it also, gives me some squares. e6 could be very weak in the future. Ben Johnson. I saw some talking about apparently Ben Johnson did a perpetual podcast where he had Jonathan Rowson and someone else on. Oh, David Smurden. And so a couple of colonial GMs talking about the whole Magnus situation, but I heard good reviews about it. John is a really, really mindful person. I imagine. I don't think so. I don't think they're defending Hans. I mean, I didn't get that impression. I haven't listened to it, but I'm just saying I heard people talking about it. It was a good podcast. I mean, I'm sure that Rowson for sure would be very objective. He's intellectual. He's very smart. Not only a chess player, but Feingold said they are only smart people. What does that mean? How would Feingold know a smart person? See, Feingold is the perfect example that you don't have to be a smart person to be a good chess player. He's the poster child for that. I'm really tempted to play this c4 here. I don't know why. Alright, I'm losing focus. We're losing focus. Things are going to get crazy here pretty soon. I can't see how anybody could want to defend Hans. Does Feingold like he likes people who like cheat or what? Or he just wants to be like the underdog side of the argument. Yeah, that's really dumb. We'll just look the other way. I don't know. I don't think that Feingold's that smart. He's a decent chess player, but I don't really care about his opinions. Bishop c1. Yeah, it's tough to decide. I was just wondering about this move. That's why, huh? You're on my c2 pawn. That is unfortunate. Oh. Probably b-Jack is right. Wow. Wow is right. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? That's like computer move. I have to be really careful now. Wow. I'm almost worse here. So b-Jack was right. I had to play bishop c1 instead. That sucks. Wow, he has a crushing combination, knight takes c2 in that other position. My point was to play bishop e4, but he has knight c2, king c2, rook takes d4, which you can guarantee my opponent would have found it. Danny? The irrelevant person? Cult member? I don't know, dude. This guy is like chopping me up. He's 2267 in classical and rapid. Danny Edelman. Oh my gosh. Dude, this is like game over, man. It's basically like playing God. He just plays God moves instantly. It's a little weird, man. I don't know about this game. Maybe he's legit. He's playing like a computer. Possible he's legit. We'll leave it to Danny to figure out. I don't know. I give up, dude. What's the CPL for this game for black? Looks a little shady. Apparently has a blunder. 1 in accuracy, 1 blunder, 88% accuracy. That's like Hans level, but there was apparently a win for me. Wow, I had a win here. What win? Don't tell me like bishop c4 works. What? How does this work, man? Like bishop gets trapped. How does that possibly work? How is my bishop like not trapped on f7 in this position? It was the first thing I looked at. I mean, are you serious? Maybe there's something weird I could do, like bishop g5, which I overlooked. Damn. God damn it, Jerry. I had bishop g5. No, not knight e5. This is the point. Is my bishop what? It comes out here? But like look at this position. c4. Now watch. Knight c4. Bishop c3 was the best move. Now he plays knight a3, which is the best possible move. I should have castled queenside, but I didn't recognize the danger. And then castles queenside. Now here, double blunder. But I thought this was, man, I mean this is like you get shredded by knight takes c2. I don't know, man. I think you could play this player a lot and they would continuously beat you with like 88% accuracy. Hans like accuracy for black. First game I play with him. Let's say I'm skeptical. 2000 in bullet? That's weird. Alright. Glad it wasn't a rated game. I like it when people like crush me the first time they play me with like perfect play. The funny part is I saw queen d5, but no one online is ever cheating. As soon as we start talking about Hans, I feel like I'm playing a computer. You put it in the mind, you know? It's the thought that counts. F6. Wow, f6. That's a blunder. You know what's amazing? I had, wow. Someone on sound had the exact same position, I think. What did he do? Nah, his rook was on e1. It was a slightly different position. How? It was something slightly different. So takes, bishop takes. I'm even better off with my rook here. Now I can just go b4 immediately. g6 retraps it. No, but he can't play g6 after bishop g5. There is a line there, though. I didn't check it with the computer, but bishop g5 h6. Bishop takes f6. But it's not trapped. See, like bishop takes f6. Bishop g5, king e7, attacking the bishop. Bishop takes f6 check. King takes f6. The question is, can I play like bishop h5 or something? Someone wants to join our team. Is it Hans? No. Okay. Sure. Sure, you can join. Tomorrow night tournament. Don't bring your computers. Maybe the someone on sound game, his bishop was on d3. That's what it was. That's what it was. Of course, the bishop was on d3. No? That's where the difference was. So I can't just drop the e-pawn for nothing here for a bishop h5 check. That leaves us with bishop f4, which is playable, or bishop e3 attacking him. Doesn't seem to really do anything, like bishop e3, queen c7, knight a3, a6, I don't know. Or we take on f6. The London. Slothingly good. Insta g5. Just because we can. But you know, I have bishop e3, dude. Are you sure that's something you want to do? I mean, you weakened your king side, so the words of Arthur Bisguyer, pays your money and you takes your choice, right? Heroku plays too quickly, you know. There's no way you can play this pace and not make a mistake. Uber driver. Ubi. Oh my God, man. Black in big trouble. The Death Star. Zup time from Zen Chess and Zuber Driver. We lost one game already. They always get me on the first shot. game precision. All right. Oof. Can you do that? Wow. Careful of the H file. H file dangerous. Me no like. H file bad. Of course, my bishop is like defended. It's so materialistic to go after the H pawn. Like, who cares? Why did he go to E7 rather than E5? I guess he gets hit by F4. Proud of you for playing D takes C5. Oh god. Sorry I played it. No, I'm sorry I played it if Uber Driver likes it. I just did not want to. I did not want to open the H file for my opponent under any circumstances. He's basically playing the whole game in 0 time. Wow. Wow. Just for fun. Textbook example. Oops. I think somebody left a copy of my system at my house once. I might have heard of it. Wait a minute, this is a donation? Wow. Look at the white pieces here. It's unbelievable. It should be illegal. Zen Chess, wow, $10. Test the message elevation feature and humble request to get a game before it's too late. Nice. Elevation feature granted. Is there mate in 1? What is the elevation? How is our elevation? No, it's right there. It worked. It showed up under the stream. That's cool. Six minutes to 27 seconds. The master of time management. C4 was just instinctive. It hurts me to think about that, Masturbate. Someone remaking my system. Wow. What just happened? Super Siri gift sub from Masturbate. Thank you, sir. Sire. Castling kingside is illegal. Castling queenside is illegal. So don't even think about those options. You still have 2 potential en passant captures. Super serious. He was trying to sneak me with the queen h2 check. Siri. I'm down 2 pieces. Temporarily. Only temporary. Holy cow. Thank God he played that. I was a little worried about other things. Step into my parlor. Got another request to join the team? The Teamsters Union. I just realized you can play knight takes h4. I was like pre-moving. It's pretty funny. I guess it was a good move anyway. A valiant effort by Hikaru. Thank you, Acer, for the gift sub. That got really out of control. I let it get way out of control on the time. Maybe I was winning all the way, but it was way too sloppy. You can see here the huge hole in the graph. That's like the Antarctic ice shelf melting. We had an almost complete meltdown. We melted down to plus 0.4 after sacrificing 2 pieces. I managed 81% accuracy. How is that 81% accuracy and that game that the guy beat me The one Mystique was like 88. I don't know about this accuracy percentage stat. Everyone's talking about that with the Magnus and stuff too. I don't know about it. I'm not sold on this new stat. Zen Chess. After Fiona never played the Sicilian Shaming, I'm contemplating starting to play the Sicilian. Yeah, I mean, honestly, just my only comment on that is it was more like, rather than a sexist, chauvinistic thing, I think that, Elias Smirin just doesn't have respect for someone who's 2150, I mean, she can make it into a sexist thing if she wants to, but the basic truth is that, he would be equally dismissive to a male 2150. The guy was is still a great player, and he's probably pretty egotistical. Not a good commentator, but I think that strong players should be commentators for strong tournaments. I don't see the point in having a 2100 commentate with such strong players playing. It seems absurd. But as a professional chess commentator, he's a disaster. I don't know what or whose idea it was to make Elias Smirin a commentator. It's absurd. Who is that? Satovsky or something? Whose idea was that? This guy has no experience being a chess commentator. He's kind of antisocial and not particularly, charming. Not a bad guy, but don't understand that at all. Anyway, it's FIDE. What do you expect? Alright. Corruption? We've got it. Check. Satovsky probably appoints his own friends as commentators or something. I'm not on the Satovsky band. I don't get why everybody likes him, Oh, he's so good to have someone like that as FIDE director. Why? Because he's a chess player? Chess players can become completely corrupt, obviously. He may have started out as a chess player, slowly becoming a corrupt chess politician. Look at Asmai Parashvili. Just being a strong chess player doesn't guarantee you're going to be a fair CEO of FIDE or something. What are we doing here? Why did you take? Why did I play c5? I have to play c5. Actually, I'm supposed to play... I messed up. I'm supposed to play knight c6 here. c5 was experimental. Maybe it's just bad. But I mean, what kind of person is dumb enough to put Fiona in the booth with Smirin? Yeah, I mean, I used to play this opening all the time, but I just threw it out there randomly. You see, you got an ego thing going on. A person who's a really great chess player and egotistical about it. And then you've got a player who's not a really great chess player, but just egotistical in general. You're going to have a problem, I think, there. I mean, anybody who's 2100 but becomes a chess streamer and thinks they're all that has to have a pretty big ego, To be honest, man, woman, or whatever. I don't think you're a very strong player. And most people who are her rating wouldn't be brave enough to put themselves out there. You got to have a big ego to do that. Hans for FIDE president, that's a great idea. So you got to, big egos in the booth there. But I don't know. I really don't think like Smirrin literally was that sexist. He was asking rhetorical questions, and I'm not the only person who thinks it was a little over the top. But the reaction, the Me Too reaction. But as far as just being a chess commentator, yeah, he's not suited for that. I don't have a problem with firing him, but I do think the reaction was a little overdone. Anyway, back to Hans for FIDE president. We don't have to turn everything into a Me Too movement. You can answer rhetorical questions like why can't men play in women's tournaments, but women can play in men's tournaments. I don't think that is misogynistic. I think it's just a legitimate rhetorical question. Why should women have the best of both worlds, Have their own separate tournaments and play in men's tournaments too? I think this is a legitimate debate. But probably not the place for it, I'm more for ban hands. So am I. Oh, Susan Polgar is gross, man. I just can't stand her. She's horrible. Horrible, and her husband is worse. Yeah, I have no love for Susan Polgar. I think she's just a opportunistic person. Immediately jumping on it because it presents an opportunity for her to make herself, seen. I can't stand to see her like airbrushed photos from 20 years ago all over the place. And even 20 years ago they were like airbrushed. And it's just perfect representation of who she is. And Ahan agrees. Tell me about it, bro. We're good friends, man. We were good friends. That was one of the most disgusting things Susan Polgar ever did. Anna was a good friend of mine, and yeah. Not too many people remember that. But that pretty much ended Susan Polgar for me. Fun fact. Moki ain't an American name for sure. Moki Betts. How rich is Hans's family? It costs a lot of money to like travel all over the world, playing like 200 tournaments during the pandemic. They must have tons of cash. He's like, I've never had a coach, and I have no money. I'm really poor. Is anything the guy says not a lie? Your parents are rich, and your coach was one of the biggest bad reputation players. He buys $1,000 of Uber Eats in a week. You better check with the Uber driver. I wish I had his patron. I would have definitely made GM. Oh, now he's from Hawaii? Dude, they probably have like 6 homes in different places. Extremely. He grew up in New York City. California, I heard. Part Hawaiian. That must be like his mother's boyfriend or something. Alright. But in all seriousness now. It's getting weirder and weirder. Nothing weird. Totally normal. Global pandemics, Donald Trump, threat of nuclear war. The Han scandal's like nothing, you know, compared to how weird the other shit is in the last couple of years. I like how in the news now there's some story about a poker hand at the Hustler Casino. But I mean, that's like hardly comparable, but there was this woman playing a ridiculously high stakes game who made some kind of insane call with nothing that was like impossible, and they're using the Hans sort of theory to say that she could only make the call if she had some sort of outside, you know, influence. She called like a $200,000 bet with 8 high. And then she gave the money back after the opponent made a huge scandal, which is even weirder. Like, who gives their money back? Yeah, but I mean, nobody really can make a call with 8 high. She had Jack high? Okay. It was Jack high. I didn't read it carefully enough. Jack high. Yeah, okay. Jack high hero calls have been made before. Obviously, if you could put your opponent on a specific hand. Yeah, I mean, well, anyway, I think if the Hans thing hadn't been in the news, this never would have been a story, you know? So, there have definitely been tons of shady poker hands that could have been the same theory in the history of high stakes poker, I'm sure. I don't think it's really comparable to the chess cheating scandal, and then they made comparisons to fishing cheating. So that's now where fishing tournament cheating is really comparable. If you say so. I didn't understand what happened in the fishing tournament. The latest fishing tournament news. Obviously, though, if you're like calling, yeah, you'd have to know that he has a bluff and just low cards. It's possible. Not as suspicious as Hans. The whole thing was weird, though. What's your plan in a position like this? Plan. Phew, I don't know. Not to lose my a7 pawn, get my knight off of a6. We gotta consider queen c6, but he has knight d5, which is a problem. This knight d5 was a huge problem. I don't know. It's a blitz game, so there's really no plan. If it was a longer game, I might have a plan. Hard to make plans in fast games. It's mostly just tactics. But that raises an interesting question. Right. Knight e4. Trading pieces to liberate my position. Is that a plan? Liberation. Maybe if I was more clear-minded and it wasn't Monday morning, I can even have plans in fast time situations like this. Not semi-bluff, what is term? But semi-bluff, what other term is there? They put lead weights in their fish? Oh my god. That's really brilliant. Fishing cheaters. I thought they just like added fish to their haul or something. It's like when you do the marathon where you just like get in a taxi and walk half the marathon or something. But I feel like it's insulting to the chess scandal to compare like fishing cheating. Am I dissing fishing too much? I like fishing. I just don't do competitive fishing. I mean, I do fishing in chess and poker. Like being a fish. Zen chess is tough. Mr. Tough. I gotta get the facehugger off of b5. That's my plan. Asterbeat gifted to Clear 2000. Thank you. For those of you who are fans of sci-fi movies, we refer to this as the facehugger knight. When it's on b5 and your other knight, has to defend via a6, and you can't play a6 to get the facehugger off the oxygen mask. You heard of the fishing thing. It was a big problem because there's a lot of money involved. Yeah, I guess. Guess so. Big money fishing. Sounds like a joke, right? Chess is probably a joke to those guys. Fishing is serious business. Pay it forward. I had knight h4 check, knight f5. Hesitation. Oh my god. Ooh. Nah. He screwed this up quite a bit. He gifted tier 1 sub to the community. Clear 2000. I don't know what to do. Goodbye. Have a nice life. Mr. Knight. He's coming back. Coming back to haunt me. This isn't easy. The bishop messing me up on e3, rocking this powerful pawn. But luckily, Zen chess hasn't made the most out of his position. Whoa. Looks like our hero has found some sort of plan there. What? What? What am I doing? Yeah. Now it's getting really stupid. He's confusing me. Whoa. I almost blundered there, rook d7 check, losing the game immediately. It's so stupid, I could really lose this position in one move. He's basically giving me all these pieces and stuff. Hey, do I have passed pawns too? He resigned. Is that even an opening? Can I really do this move? c5? It's gotta be bad. That's gotta be bad. What if you just played d5? The rook is hanging? What rook hanging? What are you guys talking about? But he's in check. A rook was hanging last move. Oh my god. After he checked, I forgot it was hanging. Yes, you guys are correct. So I'm a tempo behind where I wanted to be. Possible I'm not even winning here. Wow. I have to move the rook again? Like rook b3? I just left my rook hanging. I'm not winning. Yeah, I gotta like give up the f3 pawn. And I'm not winning. I just didn't want to accept that I'm not winning, so I made a losing move instead. But he was moving so fast that he didn't even stop to think about it. So it should be a draw there at the end. We bamboozled each other. The advantage shifted hands many times. I don't want to see the... Yeah, man, so... The problem with c5 is not d takes c5. The problem with c5 is d5. This is like a bad theoretical novelty. Although it inherently looks logical. It's just... I mean, this is hanging. This is such a big problem. I don't have time to break with e6. Bishop takes c3 is like resigning. So I'd have to play knight a6 and then e6. Try to play this. My only chance. Yeah, CLJR. Where's your challenge? Are you in the challenge list? You're now a subscriber and gifted your subscription forward. That's great. Thank you. Guys, we only have like half an hour, 40 minutes left. Super Siri has to re-challenge to a... And these guys service challenged me to the wrong time control too, but alright. Which one is Junior? CL Junior. Yeah, I mean, maybe I invented a new variation. Where's Master's Database? Oh, maybe it's been played before. Let's see. I had never played this before. Okay, so it's been played 5 times. Experimental. It's an experimental variation. Yeah, just some Czech guy has 3 games with it. So it's the Zurich variation. Gavin Crawley. Kadash Gabor played it in 03. The master of H4, Rest in Peace, Kadash Gabor. I never met him. But this guy, Zurich, gets the credit for this variation. What's his score? He drew Haba with it. He drew another strong player. Man, he was 2400. But it's a veteran player. I mean, he's going back to 90s. And did he lose a game with it? He didn't lose a single game with this line. Wow, 4 people played D5, but... Wow, Tibor Tolnai versus Robach in 1994. That was their game. There's another game, Mayarov, Vovk. All right, guys. So it's interesting. It's a move. It's playable. I think I'm gonna try this again in the future. D5. Did anyone play your move? Wow, this is. Yeah, this is weird. I could have traded queens and I didn't. Couldn't, but I didn't, so I won't. I mean, most people would play rook takes here. You need a permission slip. You have to play bishop takes e3. Get on the phone with Peter Svidler. It looks like one of Svidler's Grunfeld lines. This is interesting. I was looking for an improvement to make the knight f6 Scandinavian playable. The only problem is like there's like 5 or 6 different variations that are bad for black. Even if you plug like one hole, it's like the Nord Stream pipeline. It should be called the Nord Stream pipeline defense because there's so many holes in it, like can't even keep plugging them in time. It's a little bit leaky. Leaky and creaky. Are you Ultimate 8th Soul or Blind Glory? Uh-oh. No rated challenge. Gotta be unrated. Are you Blind? Or Ultimate Soul? Yeah, you gotta re-challenge me to casual. 7+5 casual, because I don't want to, you know, artificially inflate your ratings, guys. Very important. We wouldn't want to be part of rating inflation here, encouraging rating inflation. My rating's already massively deflated, so. Alright, thank you for subscribing. I like playing e4. Oh, we got terrible lag again. Well, ping anyway. 221. Lost to Scandinavian today. What do you want to play against the Karo Khan? Anybody? I should play something I know. How about that? No artificial ingredients. Yeah, I don't know the advance well enough to play it properly. I figure it's a subscriber, and we ought to give them, you know, the best game I can give them. So, we'll play what we know best. Uber driver, you play a lot of Verisov? Oh, you wanted to play knight c3 like a mainline Caro-Kann? Yesterday I almost lost to Tomas Streinson in the knight c6 bishop g5 variation. Nobody plays against me. I've forgotten how to play. So bishop g4 is a really rare move. And it's not obvious to me if I'm supposed to play f3 or queen b3 here. The queen b3, knight c6, is that for real? No, because I have pawn takes pawn. So on queen b3, black has big problem. Knight c6 doesn't work. You're just flattened immediately. No, it's 2 knight c3 against everything. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of you were going to say. Did you submit a game to the subscriber stream on Thursdays with a knight c3? Bishop f5, same thing. If he could play knight c6, he'd have a good game, but the problem is cd, knight takes d4, queen a4 check, winning a piece. Oh no. Thursday. We have a tournament on Tuesday nights and subscriber stream with game analysis on Thursdays. Did I say that right? Sir is also a subscriber. So we'll take that challenge next. Sir? Oh. Okay. Okay. Oh man. Bishop takes c4, e6. You know, there's sometimes you can win quickly with like d5, but I'm not feeling it here. Queen takes b7, knight on bd7, only move. And then what do I have? Nothing clear, right? Time to go back to listening to the Classical Drinker talk about the classic movie RoboCop. Classical Drinker? Listening to the Critical Drinker. I'm a critical drinker. I don't know, man. I don't see like black getting blown away yet. Where's the like crushing win here? I can win a pawn, but it's like BFD. It's just a pawn. Don't want to see that Bogo game again. I'm sure you will beat an innocent, helpless international master sometime before Thursday. mean, other than queen takes b7, what am I supposed to play here? d5, it just feels kind of slow. I don't know about that. I don't think so. I guess you could play bishop g5 theoretically. I feel like I have to take this pawn. Uber something. And black has some compensation though, you know. Isn't that bad. Bishop f4 never even crossed my mind. Monday morning, feeling like a hangover. Even though I didn't drink any alcohol yesterday, the simul just brutalizes me. I have a chess hangover. We have time for at least one more game. Alright. Sir just got a gift sub. That's funny, I thought Sir already got a gift sub. Thank you, Asturbate. Sire. Thank you, Sire. Sure. I don't know whether to call him Sure or Sir. I don't know. I don't really like my position, honestly. It's hard to coordinate here. That bishop's just going to get attacked, so... We're trying to get back. Get back to coordination. The coordination world. H3 was a good idea. H3. Bishop f5 is possible, don't forget. Knight g3, bishop h7. There's another thing I can do, right? Knight g3 with the idea of h3. Hanging my pawn. Knight g3, queen d4, h3. I don't know, man. I'm not into like defending that pawn passively. Bishop e3 is really ugly, but probably computer would play that. Look, I have perfectly good position. Development. For example, like bishop f5, take, queen f5. I mean, queen b5. Yes. queen c5. But my bishop pair gives me an edge. In all these endgames, I'm going to have the bishop pair. Talsec a lot on e6. Such a caveman. The holistic caveman. Tal versus Botvinnik. Match 1. The homie got owned in match 2. No contest, brah. Don't mess with my Botvinnik. Takes a while to adapt to a, crazy player like... Tal wasn't that crazy, actually. Okay. Queen b5. Yeah, and what was up with playing the Caro-Kann anyway? He has f4? That's the thing? Oh, g5. That's his idea. Totally missed it. Oh no. 2 bishops. Yep. Did someone say knight b5? Nah. Now we got blood in the water. The sharks smell blood. Shark food. I liked the stylistic Korchnoi-Tal matchup myself, Uber driver. No fan of Korchnoi personally. But he definitely made Tal look bad. Botvinnik just, it took him a while to figure him out, Then it was clear that Botvinnik was stronger. Rock lift. Rock lifting contest. I feel it. I feel you, bro. I'm feeling it. It's like a ladder. Oof. Getting hungry. Getting hungry. Staying alive. Staying alive. Alright. Yep. Wow. This is gonna be fun. Where's the mate? He sacked his queen. I kind of thought you should play f6. You had that move. It's funny, I didn't realize he could play rook g8. Oh no. That wasn't unnecessary. Blind panic. You can never get mated with this pawn structure. Alright, fun game. Yeah, I mean, you'll probably see some obscure game with this move. It's interesting and provocative, but it's not the Slav. It's too open for this to be really like good. Computer loves this. I feel like it was a little hard for White to coordinate. Sir, what happened? We like the side box of pawns. Last game, guys. Normally I don't accept 10+2, but it's almost time to go anyway. I like the Petrov. I play my Jubava. This is my brother Jubava. My other brother Yubava. With a side of gambits. Oh no, that's so gross. That's so gross. If pawn takes pawn, bishop c4. So you have to do this, like transposing to a real variation. That sucks. I had this against somebody else last week in an offhand game. I just don't think there's any way to continue Gambit style after d4, unfortunately. What can I do? I'm basically forced to play knight takes e4. If pawn takes pawn, bishop c4, and there's no good move. I've played that in blitz. It's terrible for black. Unless there's some trick. Like bishop e6 is awful. So, Kadzor, stumbled upon the stream and enjoying it a lot. What's your take on the most efficient or best way for a self-learner to improve rapidly? Yeah, I mean, I think like club level tournaments are a great place to start. Rated games, that's how I started. Basically the same thing. You can expand that to playing, some kind of bigger tournaments, but the important thing is that you get to play serious games on a regular basis. I think the most underestimated thing is studying master games. That's our default recommendation. The study of master games. I'm a big, old school believer in paper, books, and a real chessboard. But you can buy ebooks as well, totally modernize it. But I think that's the combination that works best, playing serious games, analyzing your own games, but also you're also studying the games of great players. Pick any world champion or player at the world championship level in the history of the games and get a collection of their games, preferably annotated by the player themselves. There's so many different players to learn from. You accumulate knowledge by learning from these, the greatest players in the history of the game, basically. To answer concisely, A3 concisively. So, what am I going to do about this? It's a tempo. I personally have studied the games of, maybe 15 of the world's greatest players over time. Seriously. And then slowly you develop a style where you perhaps comprehend or understand one of those specific players or a few of those specific players better. Maybe you have an opening, you already prefer to play d4 or e4. You can find the player that perhaps you identify with more. I have a lot of favorite players. People ask me, who's your favorite player? I don't know. I mean, I don't really have one specific player that's my favorite. I have a few, a number that I really appreciate. Not Anderson. Anderson's a little too antique. I think, you probably want to keep it turn of the 20th century. Anderson and Morphy are a little too antique, but you could certainly learn from their games as well. Knight c4 is a weird move, Sor. That is a weird move. Keeping the piece on, though. Tricky. Trickery. I wonder where my dark square bishop went. Have you seen it? Has somebody seen it? I don't know, man. I just... don't think this is safe for white, really. His king? Yep. Musai. Musai. Hungarian musai, it means forced, essential, mandatory, required. Required reading. You think Andy sold this? Andy always comes to mind when I think of the world champions. Just kidding. I was thinking something a little more on the top echelon. Yeah, I mean, I think that people play too much fast chess. It's become very trendy, more than it ever was. I don't know about this move, actually. The truth is, like, I might be better off getting my knight in there. Truth is... We could come under attack, or he could come under attack. Black has a big advantage here, but I had to watch out for bishop h6. Like queen a5, king d2, threatening bishop h6. If I just plowed ahead, you know, without thinking, might not be so easy. This also gives him rook b4. Maybe b5 is worth it. The pawn diamond. Yeah, playing slower time controls is optimal. People make arguments all the time, like, oh, blitzes build skills, you know. Yeah, sure it does. But, you know, slower time controls probably build a lot more skills. Wow. It's a good thing, like, bishop g5 is illegal. If it wasn't for that, I'd be in big trouble. Now, I can't play f3. Knight e4 is coming in, you know. Oof. Definite oof. That is game over. Alright, guys. I gotta go. Yeah, make sure you study classic games by the best players in history and play, you know, and analyze your own games. And I'm out of here, guys. Thanks for the games. We'll be back tomorrow night. We're hosting a rapid tournament every Tuesday night at 6:30, 6:45. Tournaments start. Streams start at 6:30. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you soon. Thank you, Mr. Coffee, who wasn't here today. Bye, guys. We'll see you later. Take care.